The state of Andhra Pradesh has had a turbulent history as far as farmers are concerned. A spate of suicides amongst the farmer community only went on to show this nexus between rain and their lives.
మూడు సంవత్సరాల నుంచి వర్షాలు లేక ఎంతోమంది రైతులు అప్పుల పాలయ్యి ఆత్మహత్య చేసుకుంటున్నారు. ఈ సంవత్సరమన్నా ఈ కృత్రిమ వర్షాలు కురిపిస్తామని ఈ గవర్నమెంట్ చెప్పిన ఈ ఫలితమన్నా దక్కుతుందేమో ఆశిస్తున్నాము.
It is often said that there is a connection between art and science. Perhaps so. Rag Malhar, a note in the Indian classical music, is believed to have the power to initiate rain. Today, technology has enabled man to induce rain in other ways. It is not the musical notes of Rag Malhar, but an aircraft that travels through clouds, prompting them to precipitate. A technology simply called cloud seeding.
ఇవాళ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ప్రభుత్వం మేఘమదనానికి సంబంధించి అన్ని రకాల ఏర్పాట్లు చేసి సిద్ధంగా ఉంది. ఇక మేఘాలు ఎప్పుడు కనపడ్డా అప్పుడు విమానం వెళ్ళి మేఘ మదనం చేసే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడే డెమాన్స్ట్రేషన్ కూడా చూడటం జరిగింది. ఏదో సంవత్సరం చేసి ఆపడం కాకుండా అదే పర్మనెంట్ మెజర్ చేస్తే సంవత్సరాలుగా కొనసాగిస్తే 10 నుంచి 20% వస్తున్న వర్షపాతం కంటే పెరుగుతుందని రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఈ మేఘమదనం అనే కార్యక్రమం చేపించడమే కాకుండా ఇది ఒక శాశ్వత ప్రాతిపదికన చేపిస్తాం. వచ్చే సంవత్సరం అయితే ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని మే జూన్ మాసాల్లోనే మొదలు పెట్టాలనుకుంటున్నాం.
ఓ సాంకేతికమైనటువంటి పరిజ్ఞానం చైనాలో కానీ అమెరికాలో కానీ ఇజ్రాయెల్లో కానీ ఇతర దేశాల్లో కొన్ని 10 సంవత్సరాలుగా ఈ మేఘమదన కార్యక్రమాన్ని విజయవంతంగా నిర్వహిస్తున్నారు. గత సంవత్సరం కర్ణాటక రాష్ట్రంలో కూడా నిర్వహించారు. అదే సాంకేతిక పరిజ్ఞానాన్ని ఇక్కడ కూడా తీసుకొని వచ్చి కొంత డబ్బు ఖర్చు అయినా పర్వాలేదు ఈ మేఘమదన కార్యక్రమాన్ని ఇక్కడ కూడా ప్రారంభించాలి అనేటువంటి దృష్టితో ప్రభుత్వం ఇదివరకే అన్ని ఏర్పాట్లు చేయడం జరిగింది.
ఇది సరైన సమయము. ఖచ్చితంగా క్లౌడ్ సీడింగ్ మంచిగా జరుగుతుంది. వెదర్ మాడిఫికేషన్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ వాళ్ళు చేపడుతున్నారు కాబట్టి ఎంతో సుదీర్ఘమైనటువంటి ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్తో సైంటిస్టులతో వివిధ అనుభవజ్ఞులతో ఈ ప్రయోగం చేపడుతున్నారు కాబట్టి ఖచ్చితంగా సక్సెస్ అవుతుంది, విజయం సాధిస్తాం.
The hopes of the farmer and the mandate given to us by the government put an enormous responsibility on us in making this project successful. We hope that the successful track record of these projects will convince the state governments to make this a regular feature benefiting the people and the farmers.
Cloud seeding, as the term suggests, is seeding the clouds with an impetus so that the water vapor in the clouds condenses into water. The aircraft is especially modified for the purpose of cloud seeding.
As you can see, this aircraft has been modified to perform cloud seeding operations. As you can see, we've got a flare rack that's mounted behind the wing that holds all of our burn-in-place flares. There's 2 types of flares. We've got the hydroscopic burn-in-place, and then we also have silver iodide burn-in-place. We also have a ejectable flare rack that sits on the belly of the aircraft, and those we use for top seeding. We fly around the storms, above the storms, looking for the turrets and fly through the turrets, and that's when we release the ejectables into the cloud itself.
With the aircraft ready, they now wait for an instruction from the radar station. In the radar station, a radar is being set up. Basically, the radar has an antenna which rotates 360 degrees to scan the sky within a radius of 250 kilometers. The radar is covered by a dome for protection against weather conditions. The setting up of the radar takes up a little bit of ingenuity, as it has to be mounted at a height well above the surrounding buildings. A crane is used to lift the radome to be placed on top of a tower.
As you can see, here is the tower where we've erected the antenna. It's at a height of 150 feet. This antenna sends electronic signals out into the atmosphere where they are bounced off of clouds that carry water. That signal is returned to the antenna, and based on the amount of water in that cloud, the strength of the signal is stronger for more water, weaker for less water. The signal travels down to the computers downstairs, where that data is processed and put into pictorial images that show how much water, the speed and the direction of the clouds, and that there's an experienced and trained meteorologist that will determine which clouds to seed, how much chemical to use, and based on that information, he will direct the pilot to those clouds where we will seed.
The radar is connected to the main control room by a cable called the waveguide. The master control room has what is known as WSR-74C weather radar, which consists of a servo amplifier, an antenna console, and a transmitter receiver, which in turn is connected to a computer that digitally displays the signals in a pictorial form.
What you see here is the 250 kilometer range of the transmitter. When you see this spike, that's either a cloud or a hill or a building, and we can determine what it is when we see the visual image. As you can see here, some of this right here are mountains close to this site. Out here, these are actual clouds.
Once the radar is set up, it enables a meteorologist to scan within a radius of 250 kilometers and identify the location and the course of the clouds. The Master Control Center tracks the clouds in the region. Once an ideal cloud formation is identified, the pilot is contacted via radio signal and instructed to proceed to the location.
Yeah, you seeing any of this convection yet? That's pretty good stuff to the southeast of the radar.
I'm on a heading of 010, and just off to the left of my nose, I have a little bit of convection there.
Hovering above the clouds, they look like fleas that just need that nudge to break into shower. Silver iodide and sodium chloride flares are injected to provide that much-needed impetus, the nuclei to precipitate it into rain. Within a matter of 15 to 20 minutes, it pours gloriously. As water gushes, joy knows no bounds, and little does one realize how we set into motion the cyclic rhythms of life.
ఈ కృత్రిమ వర్షాలు కురిపించి మాకు ఎంతో పంటలు పండి ఇదే ప్రతి సంవత్సరం మాకు ఈ కృత్రిమ వర్షాలు కురిపించమని అంతో ఇంత లాభాదేవాలు రైతులందరూ సంతోషంగా ఉంటారని ఏ దిగులు దీక్ష లేకుండా 3 పూట్ల అన్నమన్నా తిని బతకగలుగుదామని కోరుచున్నాం.
While man plays a hand in nature's game, it is essential to keep in mind its various ramifications. Are we intervening in nature's plans and disturbing the grander scheme of things? Would the clouds in location A have eventually precipitated in location B had there been no intervention?
Cloud seeding handles only just a very small fraction of the total moisture available in the atmosphere. Here the percentage that is being tapped is not more than 1 or 2%, because after all the clouds themselves give only 20% of the rainfall. By cloud seeding you are increasing the rainfall by another 20%. So the amount of moisture that you are getting by this cloud seeding is so negligible that the question of stealing somebody else's water doesn't arise. The life of the cloud itself is about half an hour or so, or in case of large clouds it may last for 1 hour. So if within 1 hour you are not able to seed the cloud, it may dissipate again. So there is no guarantee that this cloud will appear in the neighboring state.
Water, the essence of life. Finally, we have an answer to the pressing problem of rain. Man has indeed reached the sky to tease the clouds. He has joined hands with nature to make rain and bring a smile on the farmer's face.